Hey everyone, thanks for joining me here on Channel Ascended. I am ready to do a pick a card now. So the topic is this your personal reading? So basically I've been divinely guided into creating more of a in-depth personal reading for a few of you guys. I don't really know how many people resonate, but either way, there will be something for you, for each one of you to take from. If you do not feel like this is part of your readings, then I would, recommend for you to either check another reading or another channel, okay? So thank you for joining me here at Channel Ascended. I am doing some energy work today, and I've already written down some automatic writing. So that's part of what I do. I do a lot of automatic writing, and I write down whatever it is that I need to clear out of my thought space and what I see physically or what I see through channel wise, okay? So for group number one, so we're going to get into group number one right now. I have it right here. We're also going to pull out some runes, okay? So if you do not resonate with this reading, it is not your reading because this is a very specific energy. I've already asked the divine, the Most High, to guide me, to help me as much as possible. So with that said, this is group number one. You can go ahead and pause the video. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. You can go ahead and pause that video or screenshot it. And I'm going to go ahead and read this off, okay? So group number one, I have here, this group is very organized, extremely organized, almost to like obsessive compulsive disorder, but not quite, right? It's almost like you are made, it's the way that you operate, it's not the same like anybody else. You're not only are your physical things organized, your mind is also compartmentalized. So if you are resonating with that energy, this is definitely your reading. And so the first angel numbers, I'll read off your angel numbers. Angel number 496, angel number 203, angel number 86, angel number 778, and angel number 486. So those are the numbers that you need to look up on either some kind of word search search engine online. And it says here, ambient videos will calm your nerves. So I'm picking up a lot of intensity in terms of like the vibration that you carry. You may speak very passionately. You might be a fire sign. You don't have to be, but you do carry a lot of that energy. And as I'm looking over, I see the deck that I've placed here. Okay, and it's the dragon. So you may resonate with dragons a lot, group one. And then over here, it's kind of funny how you're like, even though you may be a water dragon, okay, or you may resonate with water dragons, and that's something that you really feel like it's either your familiar or even your daemon. And the difference between having a familiar and having a daemon is your familiar is basically a companion in either the spirit realm or here on this physical plane, right? But a daemon is like a spiritual energy that is basically you in another form. So maybe your actual like higher self is in the form of a water dragon, okay? Or if you're not sure about that yet, you can look that up and see if you resonate. But that came out really clear. You might also be a water sign, but I don't know why. I feel like you're more of a fire sign. You may have a water moon energy. Like your mental space is a lot watery, right? So we're gonna go ahead and dive deeper. I know I'm gonna be jumping around a lot. Someone here really loves grapes. Like I'm talking about like, you know those moon grapes, the dark ones? That's like really long and they're very sweet, but they're so like the texture is just perfectly crisp, but not too crisp, not too moist, not too like soft. So that's kind of like your personality. Like you have both. Maybe that's like water and fire, right? That's probably why that water card came out. The Queen of Water, the Queen of Cups, and then I picked up on the fiery energy. So you might have a really good balance of both sides, like feminine energy and masculine energy. And then grapes also is a very great sign of like abundance. So you may actually be working on your abundance right now if you are not already there as of yet. So this is also a confirmation for you guys, group one, to know that it is your birthright to have this abundance, and that you will reach your goal eventually. And it's not going to be in a time span or in a timeline where you won't be able to, like, really enjoy those things that you will reap. So I have a feeling like you worry a lot about, like, that's probably where the nerves thing comes on, because ambient video, it tells me that you tend to worry a lot. So your energy is like this. And water, to be honest, it's very highly underestimated, especially water signs is highly underestimated for some reason. I noticed that. But I think that, in my personal opinion, the water signs are very, very extremely, like, not to say that other signs aren't as strong or as resilient, but in terms of, like, the depth and the layers, the multiple layers that most water signs carry, it just feels like water signs have a lot of um, abilities that's underestimated, so that needs to be expressed just now. And then I kept seeing blue flowers, so then I wrote that down. So blue Rapunzel flower could be something, um, that you may have to look into. I wrote here Rapunzel flower, significant flower of life necklace. So for group number 1, it is recommended for you to grab one of those, or maybe it's in your thought space. Maybe you've been thinking about getting a necklace and it's something spiritual that you want to go into. And sacred geometry is very important for you for some reason. I feel like you guys carry a lot of that mathematical, but yet flowy. It's like that rigid but flexibility kind of energy. Someone has a green front door, like their front door, or the door to their house or home, or the door to their bedroom is green. So if that's the case, then definitely this is a reading for you. This is what you need to tune into. As I said that, it was at 7:07, so you might want to look that up. And then the backyard has 3 statues in a small hill. So you have a decent sized yard. Even if the place doesn't belong to you, the yard has like this tuffet, like this hill in the background, okay? And then there's a bike rack on a blue car. So you might have a blue car with a bike rack on it. And very specifically, I picked up 3 sisters, 2 brothers. It's one big family. I have a feeling it's like all encompassing, like the whole, you have 5 siblings in total. Namely, you are one, and it's a total of 3 sisters and 2 brothers, and that's a very significant thing for you. And then vitamin C and D and B12 is what you need to amp up on for some reason. Check with your doctor. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I'm only picking up on the vibration that I do feel it, see, and hear. Okay, so I have all the clairs. I'm more adept in clairvoyancy, but I do have all the clairs, and so if I taste, smell, feel, and all of those things, then I write it down. So I'm salivating a lot. So maybe someone has either bronchidrosis, like where you sweat profusely and you don't really have any control over it, or you seem to have a very watery mouth, like, or you might be a foodie, like where you see things and you're like, oh yeah, I want to go eat there. I want to go eat here. I want to cook this. You might be a chef or something, or maybe in the food industry. You don't have to be, but most likely, if I'm picking that up, you are. Someone has a family heirloom. It's almost like it's a bronze statue, and a sapphire necklace with little stones intricately shaping the stone. So if you have that, and it's more of a pendant than it's almost like it's this size. I mean, I could be wrong, because visually I can't really gauge the size, but it's a very special piece that's been passed down in your family. So there you go. And then you have firefighter, lifeguard, and bang. So it could be those 3 things that you may actually want to get into, or you're already in it. Okay. Initials are JM, M as in Mary, SAB as in boy, RER, and ML. If those initials are your initials, then this reading is definitely for you. I know this is running a lot longer, but this is a very special reading for you guys. It's a very intricate, deep reading. So, and then you've got the soup lover. So someone here really loves soup. Could be Italian wedding soup. It could be just a plain tomato bisque or lobster bisque. I tasted lobster earlier in my mouth. Somebody really loves seafood. Chowder, fish chowder, mostly seafood chowder. And then there's also like this Asian soup. I'm Cambodian by heritage, so we have this like really yummy lemongrass soup. So I don't know if that's something that you resonate with. So places is Chicago, Japan, Philippines, India, Russia, or Canada. These countries or cities may be places that you have always wanted to go to, or it could be where you came from. Okay. Or I'm hoping I didn't miss anything. I think I read everything on here. So here you go. You can screenshot that. Okay, and then let's move forward. All right, so I'm gonna pick out, before I pull the tarot cards, I'm gonna pick out your special number for this personal reading. Okay, so Spirit Guide us, show us the way for group number 1. Okay, so you've got number 13. So a lot of divine feminine energy. It could be number 31, but I have a feeling because this is a red, it's a lot like you have a lot of divine feminine energy, because number 13 correlates so that your birthday could land on the 13th or the 13th day of the month. So let's find your runes here. And I've already cleansed. I've already sprayed my beautiful ninja spray. Okay, so I'm not sponsored yet, but I usually go to Cast a Stone in Abington, Massachusetts, and they normally have like a lot of really great products, and I totally recommend you to go there. All right, Spirit, please show us for group number 1 what runes. Okay, so reverse. This is a gift that my partner got me. He got me these runes here in this beautiful bag, so it's a whole bunch of different things, but let me see. I'm going to look up and then pick whatever comes out. I see 3. Okay, all in reverse. All right, so if they're all in reverse, which is upside down, right? I'm going to read that off because I don't know the runes by heart just yet, but take what you resonate with. You don't have to, again, energy is only according to the current energy, so it's not set in stone. So if you fear something, you have nothing to fear, okay? But let me see what this first one is on reverse. So this was in reverse. I don't know if you can see that there. It's like a zigzag. That was in reverse, and that's actually, that stands for, let's see, harvest, legalities, reward, pieces, contentment, but it's in reverse, so fruition cannot be rushed, seasonal. All right, that's a really special message for you guys. So there's something that you've been working on that you feel like you've been waiting for a really long time, and you're like, when is this going to happen for me? I've been putting in so much work, so much energy, and yet I don't really see anything growing off the ground. And Spirit is saying, have a little more patience. It's in the works right now. Keep watering where you stand, okay? Don't look over to the other hill. Like, I notice like sometimes you have a feeling like maybe I should jump ship, or maybe like I should do something different, but Spirit is saying don't do anything different. Just keep going where you're at. Okay, so now the next one that's in reverse is this one here, which is like a V. Right? I don't know if you can see it. All right, it might be in focus. And that, because that is in reverse, it's like a side V. So terminations, facing up to death, giving up to the old. So there's something that you want to let go of, and Spirit is recommending that you do. And I think maybe that's why that thing isn't going to fruition, because something else is tethering you. I don't know what that thing is, but I do know that it's something that's been really laying heavy on your shoulders, because they're showing me shoulders like this, like your angels are showing, tapping the shoulders like that. So something that you're carrying really heavily, and it's not recommended, or that specific energy isn't supposed to come with you to your abundance, right? And that happens a lot. And it doesn't mean that you have to like let go in terms of like breaking up or things like that. It just means that maybe energetically or emotionally you are too tied into that specific energy or that portal, and you need to kind of let loose a little bit, okay? Because you need to allow Spirit to guide you and to bring you to where you want to go, and to trust even though things may not look like it's panning out the way that you had planned, and it's okay if it doesn't, because Spirit will always give you better than what you expected, okay? And that's the truth, because eventually something will show up and show you a better way. Not to say that your way isn't great enough already, or what your dreams are, but Spirit is saying that you deserve even more than that. Whatever it is that you are working towards, you deserve even much more, okay? And that's probably why this is happening. This is this redirection, or this slowdown. And then you've got this in reverse here. Okay, so let's see what that is in reverse. Human, the self, modesty, thought, altruism, creative. And then in reverse, selfish, uninvolved, victim, egoism, and alone. Okay, so now I understand. So the energy that's been pulling you down is actually yourself. You are holding yourself back in terms of like holding on to your old self. And this is something that you may feel scared in terms of like, I'm going to lose myself if I let go, or if I change, what becomes of me then, right? And the word selfish, uninvolved, and victim, or egoism, and alone. So you may feel this essence of aloneness, and maybe that's what that tether is. But Spirit is saying you've evolved, you're changing, you're coming out of this chrysalis and becoming a butterfly eventually. So let that melt in the chrysalis and then come out with your wings ready to fly, because all of this is just giving you time to actually acclimate in your new body. Because I have a feeling like you either have just recently shed some weight, physical weight, like body weight, or have gained some muscle in some shape or form, and that's actually burning out the bodily fat that you need to burn out. So your body is definitely changing. There's a lot of physicality in this particular group, okay? So let's put this aside and let's pull out some tarot cards. They're saying the Dragon Tarot. Spirit, show me the way. Show me the way. Oh, wow. Strength. Okay, so I split, and this is what showed up. Strength. So you're being asked to have more strength and just keep pushing through, all right? Again, Queen of Swords, there's something that you've made a decision on. They're saying they're backing you up on that decision, whatever that decision may be, all right? Or gaining that strength to speak to someone who has this persona. Maybe you are someone who's not usually very cutthroat in terms of certain things or certain people. Spirit is saying you will have to pull in that energy within yourself to make sure that you tame that monster in some shape or form. So let's keep going, okay? All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's put that aside, and we're going to see what falls out. It's going to be a very long reading, so just a heads up, okay? Because, again, this is a personal reading, not a regular pick a card. Okay. So we've got this here. I'm going to put it like this. It's not a typical Celtic cross. It's something that I've been working with. Spirit, thank you. All this? No. Okay. Somebody smells really nice. Like, you either just hopped off the shower and started playing a video to listen to, or it's like spring. Like, it smells like spring, like very flowery. Okay, 9 of clubs. All right, take. Spirit is saying take. And just split. Take that one. One more? Yes. Okay. Group number 1. This is your personal reading, okay? And then we're going to use this deck to clarify whatever we see. All right, thank you, Spirit. So first things first, let's put all your oracle cards aside. All right. Six of Pentacles. Okay, give and take. So there's some kind of energy that's coming through. If you are, or you've been asking for help, the help is coming. All right. Or you may be needing to help someone. So there's an exchange of energy that's going to be happening in the next week or month. And what's crossing that energy is this right here. So it's basically Nine of Cups. So when this thing starts here, like this whole project thing where you guys are helping each other out, both are going to be very content, okay? So this is the energy of maybe to get to where you want to go. We talked about that goal that you've been trying to get to, right? That hasn't been growing. There was this aspect that you needed to let go, right? In terms of like you were holding yourself back, not wanting to ask for help. But Spirit is saying you need this help, and it's okay to ask for help, even if it's just for something small, like please go to the store and get me this tarot deck, or please go to the store and get me this goblet for whatever work you're doing. I'm only saying these things because I can connect to those items, but you can kind of correlate that to your own personal thing. Like if you are a mechanist, I can't even say it, like a car mechanist or something. Am I saying that right? I don't even know if I can. Okay, anyways. So like if you're a doctor then, or if you're a teacher, you know, go according to that. But if you ask for that help, they're going to give you something in return, and you guys are going to be very happy because both of you are getting something, you know. And then here's a Knight of Wands in reverse. So Spirit is saying right now, whatever it is, you're actually in the right spot. You are where you're supposed to be in the root. Staying still and just allowing things to germinate on its own in terms of like not doing too much and asking for help. You know, sometimes this is the energy of like not really just allowing people to help you. Okay, Knight of Wands. And what's leaving the energy is the Five of Pentacles. Like I said, the aloneness, the feeling of being, you know, just losing out on things, right? Or the fear of being not having enough. Okay, the lack. And then right here, you've got opportunities coming in because this is in the crown space right here. Okay, so but also watch out for that because not everything that glitters is gold. That's the phrase that I'm getting. But although this specific card is actually a lot better than most Seven of Cups, because some Seven of Cups cards in other tarot decks, they have cups that carry snakes and things that can hurt you, but this one is more of like spiritual things, like the abilities, you know. So I think that what's coming in for you right now, opportunities are coming in, but there's opportunities in a way that you may not expect them. They may intrigue you in a way that you didn't know that you liked, okay? Because it's also an energy of like, it's very different, all right? So Spirit, show me the oracle cards. So Nine of Clubs is you're tired. You're a wounded warrior. You're extremely exhausted. So now, group one. Ooh, somebody needs water. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee in a second. But group one, you're tired of making these actions. You're actually supposed to just sit back and wait for those opportunities to come by, you know? And I think that's what's really, really prominent in you. Oh my God, are you serious? Take action and crystal clear. Okay, Spirit, okay, I get it now. Spirit is saying that once you slow down, right? Crystal clear information will come through, and you're gonna know when to take action, okay? When to take action and things like that. So, wow, okay. And then this, gifts being recognized. I delight in my unique and blossoming talents, like I said, right? You guys are definitely blossoming for sure. And a lot of spiritual gifts, but also physical gifts too. Like, I have a feeling you guys are going to get like gifts from friends. Mostly friends, but something that will help you. Maybe that's what that Six of Cups is. Six of Pentacles is. that give and take, right? But you're definitely getting gifts from someone. Just hold on to your energy. Don't give too much energy though. Like Spirit is saying, at this time you're supposed to be molding yourself and really, really slowing down, right? Spirit, show us more. This one? Okay. Yep. You're going to soon take flight, so don't worry. It's going to be a crystal clear answer later on, and you're going to be able to take action. So, oh, I'm hiccuping. So, you will have that opportunity to take action. Just take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Take care of your mind. And then the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn for you, okay? What else? Yep. That beautiful passion, that beautiful new creative opportunity that's going to come. Someone really, really is very creative in this group. Okay, Spirit, show us more. What else? Spirit, what else? Just a couple more cards and we're going to close out for group 1, okay? Someone's name is Andy. Andy? This is your message, all right? So if your name's Andy. Yep, you're going to get to celebrate. So celebration is coming. Celebration is near. Maybe your birthday is coming up. There's going to be a gathering. There's going to be some people that you will meet that will give you that opportunity as well. I do see a lot of, for some reason, I saw someone sitting at a restaurant and they were reaching over to get a condiment and they had like a lot of like gold bangles and bracelets and stuff. So this is a female energy for sure. I don't know what that means, if that's a person that you're going to be meeting or a friend that's going to help you out. But I saw that vision very clearly. So if I see that, then that message is for you. Yep, you're the magician at this time, but they're saying a different kind of magician in terms of like making moves. Right now, you're at that stage of like pouring in the potion into the cauldron or pouring the potion into the vial and you're mixing it, right? But you got to allow that solution to mix thoroughly in order for you to make sure that that potion is at the right temperature, at the right tempering, things like that. So I really hope that helps group number 1. This is a personal reading for you. Whatever you see in this video, just dive deeper on your own in terms of like the angel numbers and things like that. And there are a lot of information for you through this reading. So just keep replaying it and see what you've missed, if you've missed anything. But screenshot that page and I'll see you in my next one. Okay, bye. Hi there, group number 2. Thanks for joining me here on Channel Ascended. Thank you for joining me. I had just said that. Okay, so someone is saying things on repeat for sure. Anyways, so let's get started. So I've been doing automatic writing for all of the groups, and if you see that more than 2 things are resonating with you, then most likely, highly likely, this is your reading. So take what you resonate with and leave the rest for, someone else. But again, the main question of the topic is, it's basically, is this your personal reading? So I'm going to be doing things very differently. Now, I'm going to show you the page where I did the automatic writing, and you can take a screenshot and then just dive deeper on your own, okay? So here we go. All right, take a screenshot of that. Okay, so let's read this off. So personal reading number 2, you guys are very, very creative. I did pick up that a lot of you guys are lefties. And then, so that tells me that you use a lot of your right side of the brain, the creativity side, the big imagination. So you guys are big thinkers on top of big creatives, okay? So, but a lot of lefties that I know, I'm also a lefty, is that we're very great manifestors in terms of like whatever we think of, we can kind of take that and ground it, seed it, and let it grow in a sense. And that's something that you may be very adept in. So that's why that came through. Now let's move forward. So they're saying on here, organized chaos. So chaos isn't isn't the same for you. Like, chaotic energy for you is a breeze. So I do sense a lot of confidence, self-confidence in you. If you feel like you don't really have that much self-confidence, maybe you can think things through in terms of like, what are you very confident in? And you'd be surprised on the things that you are very confident in. But if you are not confident, then most likely this reading is not yours, because this is a very specific personal reading for someone, or for a group that really like has extreme knowing of thyself. So they know who they are, what they stand for, what they would fight for, what they would tolerate and what they wouldn't tolerate. So it's a really great sense of self. Sorry, I just had lunch, so. But if you don't feel like you have that yet, then most likely you can check another reading or another channel, and you can probably find your answers there. But now angel number is 202, angel number 453, angel number 224, angel number 78, angel number 9. So you may be seeing these things repeatedly. Angel number 2026. And then angel number 1001. Now, with the 1001, I've also been seeing that quite frequently, and that's the God force, right? That's the creator force, the manifestation force. So the zeros are encased in the 1. So Spirit is saying elaborate on that, Chai. So numerology. Numerology, it can go both ways. It can go master number 11 or number 2, which is the balance, right? So you have, and I just saw the Vesica Pisces. So, and then the yin yang, but they're saying it's not the same as the typical yin yang. Yours is more of like, you create things in twos. And how do I explain that, Spirit? How does group number 2? And it's so freaking funny because you are group number 2. Maybe this is why your energy came through. So 1001 is creative. You might be in the human design if you do study it a little bit and you know a little bit about human design. There's a particular section of groups where they're manifesting generators, so they have a lot of abundance of energy, abundance of creative flow, right? But they do and utilize the energy flow very strategically and very purposefully, if that makes sense. So you guys, I feel like, are very goal-driven individuals, okay? But for some reason, organized chaos is your energy. Like, you have a lot of this, but then you can go and pick out an apple from that tree and then pick out an orange from another tree, put it together, and boom, it makes sense. It's like very odd. And then also on here it says crafty and handy. So you may be very crafty and very handy. You may look online to learn crafty things or handy things. Sprouts. Someone I saw earlier when I was like channeling this automatic writing, I saw a visual of someone who's trying to grow their own broccoli sprouts, their own alfalfa sprouts at home, so that, because I remember actually hearing someone say at the store during this, automatic writing channeling, I heard a voice say, oh, I could just make this at home. Why am I going to pay some odd dollars for sprouts I can grow and have more of? So you are very practical, all right? Even though you are a lefty, not to say that lefties are not practical, because I'm a lefty and I'm pretty practical. I like practical gifts. So you may be a lot like that, where you find practicality very useful, very sensical, right? And it makes sense for you to be practical with the things that you do create. Like, you have creative flow and creative energy, but you make very practical things out of them, if that makes sense. Okay, and then books, book divider, and holders. So My partner and my partner Jay, right, he took me to this stone crystal store, and they have this really beautiful, it's called Cast a Stone in Abington, Massachusetts. You can visit that store. It's a beautiful store. I love them so much, and that's why I'm kind of helping them with, not that they need help, but they're very popular. Um, but it's the least I could do. And then for they have like this book rack, right? And then in between the there's this like beautiful characteristic dividers. Like every spot has like specific statuesque dividers. They're not just like plain book ends or anything like that. They're very fantasy like, ethereal sometimes, you know, and they have different things coming in. They have a lot of different items. They have crystal stones and whatnot. But so that came through in my automatic writing, and you may actually really love those things. You may love books, you may love to read, you may love to collect book ends, bookmarks. I don't know, maybe bookmarks, but I didn't see the bookmarks though. And then someone have a cleft lip when they were born, and it you may have had surgery to kind of close them up, so that's healed. But that's also a sign for me when I see that visually, because my automatic writing is all encompassing for me. Like I use all of my clair abilities because I have them all, but I'm more adept in clairvoyancy. So when I saw this clairvoyant vision of a person who had a cleft lip that's already healed from suture, it tells me that your wounds are closing up, that whatever hurts that you've gone through, it is healing. It is starting to really scab over, and you're going to be a new being, right? And then so the next one is resonate with frogs or has a pet frog. It's really huge with this because this one actually came through when I was automatically writing. I remember driving down, I think it was downtown somewhere, and then there was a gentleman that had like a really unique look. Like you can tell that this person really took their time to really create this look, and it kind of reminded me of like amphibians or something like that. But the picture of a frog came up in my head, and so I have to write that down. So maybe you have a pet frog, or maybe you resonate with frogs a lot, or you may actually be leaping forward, right? Because frogs do leap from one lily pad to the next, or one spot to the next. So you are making moves in ways that make sense. There's a lot of sensicality, or whatever, if that's a word. Like you guys are really very you're definitely forward thinkers. Ocean waves. So someone really needs to either be by the water, or you may live by the water. But I did hear the ocean waves when I was writing this down. And drums. Oh my gosh, the drum was so loud. If you, once you like, you know, screenshot the picture and you listen and look at the picture at however, you know, on your computer or whatever, it says drums, music and sound, studying the harp right now. So someone, I didn't hear the harp first, I heard the drums, right? And then so you may be musically inclined, or like instrumentally inclined, right? So you may play the drums, or you may be going to school to learn how to play the harp, something like that, okay? And then, oh, okay, that's probably why I said bookmark, but I didn't look down. So it's a leather bookmark. So it wasn't just any bookmark. So with you guys, it's not just about having not just simple items, or practicality is a thing, but it has to be extremely special and different. So you may love like antiques, but you may be a minimalist, but have things that are very meaningful to you, you know? And that makes sense. And then the initials would be Z as in zebra, P as in Paul, and T as in Tom, and then SOJ, and then B as in boy, T as in Tom, B as in boy, the next one is BHA, the next one is JR, and the next initials are MS as in Sam. Okay, someone really resonates with mermaids and mermen. Okay, group number 2. So, this may be my soul family group, because I do resonate with mermaids and mermans as well. I remember having lifetimes in Artuvia, on the Orion's belt, and also Sirius B. So Sirius, you know, the Mintakan, Sirius B, Sirius A, yeah, and then someone flamingos. So now I drew the 2 asterisks before I even wrote down, and it was a blank, but Spirit said to leave it blank. So someone has a clean slate, or is starting to have a clean slate, like something is new, like this new beginning or new energy that's coming through. Okay, group 2, like it's really significant. Raised bed garden in the yard, right? And there's also a greenhouse in the yard. Not a lot of places here, especially, I don't think we have a lot of land to share like that, but someone has a greenhouse and a raised bed, obviously, right? Someone's really obsessed with pearls in here. What else? And then there's a lot of like physicality, like a special look or a special physical attribute that you have in comparison to other people. Like you may have a cleft lip that's healed, or a cleft lip that hasn't been taken care of, or there's webbed left foot. So the left foot is very significant, okay? And then someone here is allergic to shrimp. Not seafood, but shrimp specifically, which is pretty interesting. Someone has a birthmark shaped like a leaf or clover. They didn't show me where because it was just on the skin. So that was pretty interesting. So let's get some of your runes. And I am very new to working with runes, so have some patience with me here. I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. Actually, let me just show you one more time so you can screenshot if you missed it the first time. Screenshot that. Okay, and then let's move forward. All right, so Spirit, please guide group number 2 for their personal reading. So again, the title is this your personal reading, right? If you've already resonated and listened to this far, this is your group. This is you. This is your personal reading, all right? Spirit, show us what's going on with group 2. Wow, you guys got 5. Wow, 5. So you've got 4 reversals and 1 upright. Let's read what the upright one is. And the upright one is kind of like this, kind of like Pac-Man. Like a sideways V. So let's see what that means. What's going on for you guys? So it means wood energy, positivism, lust, rapport, and knowledge. So you guys are very knowledgeable. There's something, okay, so basically what's happened here is Spirit is showing me the imagery of someone camping and rubbing 2 sticks together and trying to make fire. Now, the whole thing is most likely, before I even check the reversals on the other 4, is more than likely you are rubbing wet sticks, wet wood. So if you're rubbing wet wood to try to create fire, it's not going to work. So change your tools. They're saying change your tools to get there. Change your tools to get what you want. Change your tools, or some tweaking, some revision, or some new tools that you need. You're using the wrong tools is basically what the essential message is, because you need dry wood, both dry wood, to make sure that you create that friction and that smoke so you can create fire, right? So that's upright, all right? What else? Wood energy, yeah. Okay, that's called Kinas or Kenas. Now, what's in reversal? One of the reversal one is this one here. I don't know if you can see it, right? So that one is actually... that's the Fehu. So Fae is cattle. It was in reverse. So disappointments, loss, money problems, and arguments. So you might actually have gone through some loss and or some arguments just recently. May have felt disappointed from friends and family, or even co-workers or bosses. So that's something that Spirit is saying, please. It's either that you're using the wrong tools or at the wrong place kind of thing. So it's not really you. Don't feel so disappointed. Try to disconnect from that energy. Okay. And then the next one, this is also in reverse. It's the X with the V on the side. And I'll tell you which one that is. I don't know if you can see that. All right. X with the V. Okay. So it's like the fish. So Othala is the home, but it was in the reverse. Reckless frustration, legal problems, and hassle. So this may have actually led you into having this argument was very frustrating for you. It may have left you in a broken home, or it may even led to a legal problem. Now, it doesn't have to be that way if it's not your reading and that specific energy, like the legal problem thing. If you don't resonate with that, leave that aside. It probably could just be something as simple as feeling very frustrated from this particular scenario that just happened. Okay. So now you've got this one here. Okay, so this one is the one Joe, which is wind, but it's in reversal. Now, upright, it would be harmony and blessings, but reversal is dissatisfaction, misery, fear, and patience. Wow, so group number 2, you just undergone like a whole shitstorm. Like, I'm not kidding. This is something that's very significant for you, group 2. If you haven't gone through that, then it's just probably talking about like internal, or to watch out and make different moves before that shit hits the fan. So be prepared. Shit may hit the fan, but if you're prepared with the right tools, the blow is not going to be as bad, if that makes sense. I'm a very honest reader, so if I see something like this, most likely, if it hasn't already happened, it may come to you, but it doesn't mean that chaos is going to get you, because remember who you are. You're group number 2. You guys are very strong and very, very, very resilient, but at the same time, it's almost like you're so adept in moving around chaos. So just utilize the chaos and put it into your favor instead of having it go against you. Now, the last one is this one here. Okay, so now this one, let's see, group number 2, Hagalaz. So Hagalaz is the negative point of Hagalaz is disruptive forces, negative payoffs, like I said. So basically, you may have some disruption coming, but you don't have to worry, because if you just get the right tools, get the knowledge to fight back, you'll be fine, right? I hope this second reading isn't like scaring anybody off, but anyways, let's dive deeper. Okay, so what is this whole situation? What is this thing? Your angel number today is, wow, you rolled a double. Luck is on your side, that's for sure. Double 6. Okay, this has to do with the home. Someone's going through a divorce right now. Wow, someone is going through a divorce. I feel like you're separating. You probably just found out that you were cheated on and you just broke up with the person. If this is not your reading, hop off onto the other readings, or somebody else that can help you. Yeah, so this is a very specific personal reading. So if you're going through a legality, child support kind of thing, or not even having to do that, maybe fighting for a home that you deserve, but this person's trying to fight you for it. Number 6 talks about the home a lot. So 6 is your number. Look that up, okay? So Spirit, show me more. Show me more. This one right here? Okay. So let's see. I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you guys specifically. Yeah. You're balancing it a lot, and you're making sure, because look at that, Five of Pentacles. Someone just got kicked out or something, or you just kicked someone out. Ooh, very strongly here, group number 2. Okay, but there's a new movement. There's a new home coming in, okay? A new home. So maybe you kicked someone out that was very rigid. They were trying to take control. It doesn't have to be adultery, but it is someone that you're kicking out. It's a very masculine energy. It doesn't have to be a man, but very, very masculine. Could be a sibling. But it's a lot. So let's see what the Celtic Cross shows, okay? I don't do the usual typical Celtic Cross. I don't do the last 4. I only do this, and then I clarify with the Oracle cards. Now, what the main energy is this right here. You are seeking that wish fulfillment, right? That content feeling, the happiness and joy. That's really all you want, actually. You don't really ask for much. You don't. You're very content with what you have, but at the same time, it's like something has disrupted you. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, you just learned something new. So like I said, you probably just heard a special message, or that message of something happening to disrupt your contentment, right? There you go. So let's see what's going on. How can you, yeah, and it's going to be a lot of work, or it's been a lot of work. Maybe this relationship or this place or this particular case has been weighing down on you. It's not even like you have those shoulders to carry those burdens. It's just like you're just holding all 10 wands with your hands. So now Spirit is saying you cannot carry those burdens with your hands. You have to use your full body to make sure the weight is distributed properly, okay? Just like building a home with sticks or stones. It doesn't matter. Whatever you build with, make sure that the foundation is laid properly that can withstand the weight, like architecture, right? I don't really know a lot about architecture, but I do know science. And you need to be able to distribute weight in a way that it can sustain whatever is being put on top. And then the angling is very important. The foundation of the bottom of the foundation itself, like the foundation upon foundation, is important. Layering is important, you know. I mean, we can talk about the pagoda, right? We can talk about how, like, sometimes it's a lot simpler than you would want it to be. Like rubbing sticks to make fire instead of using an already made modern tool like a lighter, right? Which one is easier? Do you have to use the sticks? Can't you just go grab a lighter, right? Why are you so rigid about sticking to what you know? Sometimes it's not about what you know. It's about the resources and what works best, right? For the situation. So, and then pagodas are built with tongues and grooves where it just kind of interlocks itself, so it can withstand like earthquakes and things like that. So like in Eastern Asia, there are pagodas there that can withstand earthquakes really high, like even a scale of 5, and then it just kind of moves and it shakes. It's flexible, but it shakes along with the earthquake, so it doesn't break. Because sometimes being rigid about using this specific tool but not being flexible with using something different may actually cause you more harm. So Spirit is saying be a little more flexible, group 2. Okay, be a little more flexible and be like that pagoda. When that storm comes, you're still intact. You're still in that foundation. All right, Spirit, show me more. Yeah, wow, you've been getting this. Oh, wait, no, I was wrong. 3 of Pentacles. I thought it was 5 Pentacles. I was, like, freaking out there. Anyway, so it's good news. Collaboration. People are going to be working together with you. There will be people that will see your worth and pay you for what you're worth. Or working together with someone. There's something going on that's going to help you through this, okay? And then what you are being asked is to actually take the time for yourself. Hermit. meditation is recommended. Answers will come according to when it's ready. But when it's quiet. I feel like your home is very loud. I keep hearing somebody doing construction work or something like that. But let Spirit, it's going on to 26 minutes. Show me more. Yeah, ephemeral and weave. So they're saying the situation at this point is ephemeral, right? It's just for a short time span. It's really just not, it's not longevity. So it's just something that's just for this time, and there's people coming in for you to help you weave. Okay, the dream weaver. Your answers are also in your dreams. Okay. What is this? Ooh, let's see what this says. It says, every day is a chance for a change, like I said, right? Walk into the life I love with grace and ease. So this is what Spirit wants you to know, to really truly just be more flexible and be okay with, so if you are the person that's getting kicked out, be okay with your journey. Don't take it to heart. I know it's easier said than done, and trust me, I've moved around a lot, so I totally get it. And I'm one to actually be able to say, yes, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. It will take some time though, okay? So just be prepared. Okay, just like the Fool card, right? This is like a lot like the Fool card, where they're just taking a leap of faith. Maybe that's why I saw that toad. They're just taking a leap of faith. Okay, is that the toad? Is this the one? Yes, the frog. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's what that frog vision was about. So taking a leap of faith. Here you go. We're going to put this here. It's whatever this upheaval is actually, it's a blessing in disguise. It's for you. It's not against you. Spirit, show me more. Someone deserves so much more than what they have been getting. So maybe you are with a, narcissist or someone who's like a control freak, and you've been kind of like bogged down with like rules and regulations that don't make sense. You're a very practical group. So if it doesn't make sense and it's not sensical, why are you there? Think about that a little bit, right? Spirit, show me more. All right. 0 fucks given. Look at that. Give no fucks, okay? Don't care too much. This is what Spirit is trying to tell you. Like, Spirit is saying you are so engulfed in the energy of chaos at this moment, or will be. Don't worry too much. Just keep going. Keep going. Don't mind my nails. I have not had time to do them. Just keep going. It's going to be okay. All right. So with that said, I'm going to close up, and best wishes to you. Also, go and grab, to have better luck, go and grab the nephrite. It's really good for luck. So, and it's also, it looks like a serpentine stone. It probably is. A shedding of the old skin. Green is also for good luck. So your wheels are turning. But you're going to have to go through this shitstorm first, though, I have to say, because all of this energy is showing me that there's new changes coming, new beginnings coming, and you'll be fine. All right? Okay, I'll see you in my next one. All right, group number 3. So are you guys ready? So this is going to be very different from what I normally do. So when I do personal readings for my clients, I normally do automatic writing. And that is something given to a lot of my clients, and they've said that it's helped quite a bit. So whatever I channel through, now I have all the clairs, but I'm very adept with my clairvoyancy, so I see visions mostly, but I do hear, smell, taste, and all of those things. Now, my automatic writing will obtain some things that will kind of confirm for you that this is your reading, okay? So if it doesn't resonate, leave the reading to someone else, and you can go and hop onto the other piles, or maybe today there's no message for you, okay? So you can take a screenshot of this right here, this page, and then you can follow along with me if you want on another device. But I'm going to go ahead and read this off. So my reading today is going to be very, it's going to be very insightful. As usual, but this is going to be very in-depth. So the topic for today is basically, is this your personal reading, right? So if you resonate, it is your personal reading. Now, it says here, you have lazy or droopy eyes, so your eyes are kind of like this, or maybe you like to do, if you are a person who loves to wear eyeliner, you might like to wear them like the puppy look instead of the cat eye, you know, because the puppy look is more like straight and a little bit lower like this. You may have big eyes that you want to kind of downplay with the droop eyeliner, or you may have, you know, an eye structure that is kind of a little more droopy, right? And that's okay. I did pick up the twin flame energy in this particular group though, okay? So you may actually be going through a twin flame journey, or may have just reunited with your twin flame. And I also noticed, like on this page I wrote, because when I close my eyes and I started like thinking about things and seeing things, and then I open them up, I write them down. So my automatic writing kind of, it's almost like everything all encompassing. Now, Fibonacci sequence is very big on you guys. You might actually benefit from looking at a Fibonacci sequence, kind of like this swirl. You may have, because I remember seeing a child in the classroom when I was doing this automatic writing and swirling, undoodling on the paper. So you may be the type of person that likes to doodle a lot, or you may also be considered neurodivergent. So you may see things in a different perspective and learn in a different way, right? There may be something that you may do differently. It's not like you're very unorthodox. You know, that's a very specific word for you. Like, you don't typically do things how typical people would do. You would go outside of the box. You don't really have a box, really. I saw sunflowers, though, so you guys really love sunflowers. I don't think I wrote that down. But it's almost like you always follow the sun. So your sun sign may be very significant, or you may be a Leo. You don't have to be. I feel like I would need a sneeze. So someone just sneezed. What else? There's like this thing about sinus. I know it's not on here, but I do know that there's this shoulder pain or something going on with your shoulders, specifically with the deltoid area too, not just the shoulders. I remember seeing ethereal wings growing out of your, it's like it's right out here. It's not really out there yet, but it's like right here. So you might have just taken flight, or have just came off an airplane. Maybe you just came from a trip somewhere. And then the way that you write is very specific. Like, your penmanship isn't, it's very abrupt. Like, they're very sharp writings. Maybe that's how your mind works. Maybe that's how you write, how you think, right? The way that you write is how you think normally. Sports, writing, and fishing are the 3 hobbies that you guys like. If you do resonate with at least 2 of those, then most likely this is your reading. And then I also remember going into like a library like space when I was meditating for this, automatic writing, and someone burps a lot. Like, someone probably eats a lot of gassy foods like broccoli or like cabbage or maybe beans, something like that. But someone's really obsessed with hourglass. You may have an hourglass body shape, but I actually saw a physical hourglass. A lot of them, like, you may collect hourglasses. There's a special tattoo in your arm, like around this area. I remember seeing the special tattoo, but it's in a calligraphy, like a calligraphy that I don't think I know. It could be Middle Eastern as well, but it's very different. Okay. You may be into palmistry, or you may actually benefit from getting a palm reading or a past life regression, because I did see that here and I wrote it down. There's something about birdhouses. Now with bird, if you consider yourself as a starseed, you are one of the most rarest form, the blue avian or the Carians, the Carrion Collective. I'm not too knowledgeable on them, so I'm not going to dive deeper, but just dive deeper on your own, okay? So like you guys are on a twin flame journey where you are actually the blue rays, or the blue, something about blue. You may have a blue birdhouse in the yard, something like that, or you may be building a birdhouse, something of that nature. Now, these two names are very specific. If your name is Regina and Tobias, this reading is yours, okay? Regina and Tobias, you guys could be twin flames. It's possible if you guys are a pair. Lilacs and tulips. I smelt lilacs and tulips a lot, so that was pretty interesting. And then angel number is number 535-212-4006, and then 946. And also I saw the compass rose, okay? So you guys may like traveling by the sea. Cruises are a thing for you guys. You may have been on like plenty of cruises. You are more of grid workers, because when I see the Fibonacci sequence and the math and sacred geometry, it's almost like you guys are meant to travel. If you aren't already traveling, and that could be something that you're meant to do as a destiny. And then there's a birthmark above the knee. Someone has a really prominent birthmark above your knee. So if any of these things resonate, most likely this is your personal reading, okay? Normally when I do personal readings, especially with this, you know, it's pretty in-depth like that. So let's move forward. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so now we're gonna dive deeper into the runes. Oh, actually, let me just have you screenshot this if you missed it the first time. All right, I don't know if you can see that. You can go ahead and screenshot that. Okay, so let's put this away. And then runes, I am new at them, so I do need to kind of read off the results from the page. But let's see what you've got here. Okay, group number 3, group 3. Show me. What is your energy? What's going on? Why are you here? Ooh, 5. Ooh, but you got 3 upright, which is good. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So group 3. As we said, twin flame energy, you've got this, which kind of reminds me of the 2 10s. So 10-10 might be a thing. This is, let's see what rune this is. It's XX, so let me see. And it's upright. So that one is hero, potential, freedom, conclusion, and consequence. Okay. So basically, you are meant to roam around freely. Okay. So you might feel, if you are on a twin flame journey, this is Spirit's reminder for you that you are, yes, you may be a twin or a twin flame, but that doesn't mean that you're bound by the person that you came here to work with as a twin flame energy. You are not grounded by that. You are whole as yourself. So that's the misconception about twin flames, that you think you're the half, you need to find your other half, and it's not like that. You both are whole within yourself. You have everything that you need within yourself. The twin flame energy, yes, it is a soul that duplicated and split off from your original soul to come as the divine masculine and divine feminine, but you're whole within yourself and you are sufficient as is, okay? Just a reminder, because somebody needs to hear that for me to channel that through. Now, that says here, okay, that's the, I hope I'm saying this right, Ingwaz, INGWAZ. That's the hero. So someone may feel like they always have to be the hero of the story or something like that, or maybe this is your hero era or your main character energy coming through. Okay, now you've got this upright as well. It's an X, and that's the Gibo, and that's the gift. Partners, love, gifts, fortune, divine union. Like I said, oh my God, I'm not kidding. Oh, like I said, and I'm telling you, look at that. Okay, look for that one, the X. I don't know if you can see it, but it says here, it's the Gibo, right? Or the Gibo, gift. Partners, love, gifts, fortune, divine union. So this is a twin flame journey. For those who don't believe in it, you can just hop off because it's not for you then. So you are becoming the divine self. and you come with your cups full, okay? And then you've got this one here upright as well. Okay, and this one is actually the Ansus, and that's God, wisdom, apprentice, test, inspiration, and advice. So basically, you're being guided to your twin flame if you haven't already become in the divine union, okay? So, but there's also reminding you that you have to work on yourself first before all of this can stay and solidify, because even if, so the thing about the twin flame journey is that it will take you a while to and you also rolled a double six, remember? So this is a lot of a twin flame reading, personal reading, and coming from someone who is in essence already reunited with my twin flame, but then we got separated physically to do groundwork on different locations of the planet, you know, and then, but we're still together, and then we meet up, you know, once a week. So you may be going through something like that, where you were once living together, had to separate physically, and then will eventually come back together in one home again. So this is the divine message for you guys, group number 3, that you will come back together again. It's only a matter of time. Now, these two are in reverse. So what's in reverse right now? It's also the X, which is pretty interesting, because that means that in problems with the roots of emotional nature. So in order to come together in that way again, is that you have to heal those emotional wounds that you've been keeping away, not wanting to cut off the roots. So there's some kind of root rot happening that you might need to take out before you come together. Does that make sense? Like maybe your finances in shot, and both of you are working on your finances right now. You know, that's very prominent here. And then you've got this here. I don't know. So this is, it's in reverse though, and it's the Barkana. Reverse family problems, anxiety, and worry. Yeah. So that's very prominent right now, but that's okay, because everything's going to work out, right? Because it's the energy of the mother. So someone is a mom, and you're on a twin flame journey, and you've been worrying so much about like so many different things. So Spirit is saying, please take care of yourself first before you put the oxygen mask on somebody else, because you really do have like that nurturing, and both of you can actually carry this very nurturing energy, even if one carries mostly the masculine energy and the other one the feminine energy. Now I don't read sexual genders, I just read energy, okay? So that's the divine feminine and divine masculine. Now let's go into the tarot deck and the oracle cards now. Thank you, Spirit, for this. All right, they're saying dragon. Yes. Twin flame, dragons, right? Fire dragon, water dragon. Could be, yeah. Wow. So basically the twin flame, when I split, right? I kid you not, King of Pentacles and Queen of Cups. Very, very interesting. How one is watery and one is earth. So maybe the masculine is an earth sign. You don't have to be. Maybe the female energy, the feminine energy is the water sign. But it could just mean that the twin flames, you guys are carrying a lot of your healing, like I said, your emotional state, right? Safety, the root, right? Feeling more grounded, feeling more working on yourself financially, working on yourself in terms of your emotional wounds from the past, maybe inner child wounds. You may have a mother trauma. That's also a thing too. Someone's mom passed away when they were 8 years old from a tragic thing. And group 3, you guys have been through quite a bit, a long journey. I don't know if it's the masculine or divine feminine that's gone through this, but I did pick that up, that someone's mom passed at like, yeah, around 8 8 or 9, but more likely it's like at the end of 8 years old. Probably an accident or something to the head. You know, it could be aneurysm or it could be shot in the eye. I know that's very vivid, but that's what I saw. And then the masculine King of Pentacles. Now, the masculine may have been able to create more financial abundance in the past, and then they probably like lost it all in a sense. And now you both are building all of that up again. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, this? Yes, you can use it as a Celtic cross. All right. Spirit saying use it as a Celtic cross. We'll see what comes out, if it's enough. Okay, so it's 1 shy, but that's okay. All right, the Chariot movement. Things are moving along. So the answer to your reading here, okay, the main message, the twin flame journey is definitely moving along. Allow your intuition to guide you guys. If you're watching this with your twin flame, I do recommend it. But if you're not, you can send this video to that person. What's crossing you right now is the 8 of Cups, walking away from something. There's something that you do need to walk away from, okay, that's making a move. You might actually be walking away from where you had landed in terms of like having to move away. So get ready, because something is moving along and something's moving. So you need you're actually physically moving soon. Yeah. Yep. To Contentment, King of Cups. Remember, this is all about the emotions. Your world is your mirror, okay? Your world is your mirror. So right now you are being uprooted in a sense, because someone may actually be sailing across the ocean to this significant person. All right. Oh, and what's moving out? 4 of Cups. Yeah. You were bored for a while. You didn't feel contentment. You apathetic, maybe even aloof, right? That could have been and you may have actually missed an opportunity in the past to get together with this particular soul resonance, right? This twin energy. Now the opportunity is coming back. Let's see what is at the crown here. The crown is the 2 of Pentacles. Balance yourself. There's a lot to juggle soon. All right. There's more coming. There's a huge responsibility coming. So with the 2, and it's 2. It's 2. Again, like I said, it's 2. Right? So you guys are in 2 stars, so 2 star seeds. So basically your energy, okay, group number 3, if you are on this lover's journey, with great power comes great responsibility. I know that sounds really cliche and really silly, but it really truly is true. Like, you guys are healing the world in your own ways, all right? Healing the world from sorrows, from past pains, from lamenting. It's the energy of cleaning up, okay? I did see the Vulture, and I noticed the Vulture is highly hated for what they do, but they're so necessary for the world, because somebody's got to do the dirty work to clean up the world, okay? This is not about politics. This is about energy. Spirit animal Vulture, look that up. They have a very strong sense of self and knowing what it is they need to do. They have a gravitational pull to clean things up. Vultures are very essential for the balancing and equilibrium of the ecosystem on this planet, on this realm. They clean up all the dirty things, like dead carcasses, just trash and things like that. But people only kind of, in a way, think less of them by thinking that they just eat dying things, or like they're just a nuisance, right? Or they're not wanted. But in actuality, there's this whole history. I forgot which it's not like it's like a mythical story about how they used to have a lot of hair on their heads, but they protected humanity and the planet from catastrophe with their magical hair, and all of that hair had to be burnt off, and that's why they're bald in this lifetime as vultures. So they gave up one of the most livelihood attribute about themselves in order to help others to really find themselves, and they clean up the things. They might actually lick your wounds. They're very good with healing. So you might be working in the medical field in some way, discussing grossy things, maybe even in the lab. Okay, or even in the psychology or psychiatry. The moon, I always correlate the moon with the twin flame towers. See, yeah, this is definitely a twin flame journey. Wow. Pisceans, Cancerians, Seven of Cups, opportunities are coming together. All right. Be very patient. You guys are doing well. I'm going to go ahead and clarify these things. Let's see what else is coming out here. Thank you, Spirit, for everything. Everything came through in such flow. That means that everything is working out well. A shift in perspective. There's something new that you need to see. This is the Hangman card, okay? Gifts being recognized, right? A delight in my unique and blossoming talents. If someone really needs to truly see themselves as who they actually are, because someone has really low self-esteem for some reason. But Spirit is saying you are. You have no idea who you are. You have no idea how divine you are, how beautiful you are, how necessary you are for this planet, for this collective. Goal setting and decluttering. Set your goals. You're almost there. All right. They also declutter your goals as well. There's something about an organization not having the right prioritization. So you need to shift your priority. Something about shifting your priority. So someone's been putting something that is more maybe superficial. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about the superficial layer because everything works together in tandem and in correlation to one another. So I don't ever think, oh, this person is so superficial. They only take care of their physicality and that's all they care about. They're very materialistic. No, you have to be. You have to be everything. In order to especially be on this journey of the twin flame journey, like you have to be your best selves in order to do the work that the divine has set out for you. Okay? It's very important. Now, there's a sense of needing to declutter. Declutter your home, declutter your paperwork. There's also a glass of wine on top of this box. So at the same time that you're decluttering, it's okay to take a break in between. You know, Spirit is saying it's not a death trap. Like there's no end. You know, there's always something to fix or do or clean up, but enjoy your journey a little bit. Like yes, goal setting is important, but that whole thing, those two cards that came through, it's saying that the beauty is in the journey itself. It's not just about the destination. Once you get there, you're going to be like, shit, what do I do now? Right? So it's all about the journey. Spirit, thank you so much for that. Show me more. This one too? Okay. All right, so you've got King of Hearts and 10 of Swords. Can I clarify, please? Okay. Clarification. 3 cards each. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 cards. 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Clubs. Oh. Okay. So someone is... Wow. You had to leave your ex. You had to leave. You were engaged to someone or even walked away for this twin flame. You walked off your stage at your wedding to give up all of that, to go to your twin flame. That's amazing. That's amazing. Knight of Swords, Three of Hearts, so that's Three of Cups, and Three of Swords. They're saying forgive your twin for, even though you gave up so much and maybe in the beginning your twin didn't see that. And you may have actually broken up with your betrothed and you gave up all that for your twin, but then your twin walked away from you and now they're coming back. That could have been your history. Okay, give me more, Spirit. But there's a wake-up call. Your twin hears the call now. 10-10. Judgment. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. I'm getting goosebumps. I need coffee. So I'm looking at this Yeti cup. There's something about camping. Your twin loves camping, or maybe you love camping. They're saying pull 3 more cards. But where? Oh, here? Yes. 2 here and 1 here. Okay. 2 here. And then I will close up. And 1 here. All right, let's see what this is. Okay, so my battery ran out for my earphones, but hopefully you can still hear me. It says trust your intuition. Trust it, okay? All right. And then it says, an unexpected happiness. My path is smooth and filled with joy, surprises. And now it's going to get smooth sailing from now on. All right, smooth sailing. A shift in perspective again. Wow, group number 3. I'm so happy for you guys. Oh my gosh, many blessings to you. And thank you so much for joining me here today. And I will see you in my next one, okay? Bye. Don't forget to look up on the screenshot with the angel numbers. So, bye.